You are!
There it is.
Hell yeah, boss!
Oh, hey!
Oh, yeah!
Good morning and welcome to episode 1371 of Hard Factor. It is Monday, January 8th, 2024. Thank you for cheating on the news with us. 80% accuracy guaranteed right here on this podcast. Subscribe, like, and set the auto download if you don't mind. Today, we've got Mark, Pat, and Will, and a special guest to start the show.
Dad.
Yeah.
What's up, bud? Yeah.
That was Mark.
You're scared?
Okay,
Well-
guys, Daddy's got to do the show. So, what do you want to say to the people?
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay.
Yes, dude.
I'll come tuck you in, Bubba. I love you.
What a positive
wisdom.
message.
Some
Yeah.
wisdom,
I'll
a
come back
positive message from our future.
You can sit on the couch and watch if you want.
Yeah. Oh, wow. He's going to learn a lot tonight. Whoa. All right. Well, Pat, how you doing?
Doing great, bro. Except for, well, I mean, I'll get into it real quick. Had a toilet clog situation this morning. Noticed it as the dad. That's my job.
Right.
But I felt like
you
it
notice
was like,
it because you did it?
no, I did not do it. I did the one in the basement. I fought that one like a whale, literally over a weekend. Learned a ton about how to unclog a toilet.
Yeah.
I was like Moby Dick. I was like Captain Ahab, bro. It was my white whale. It was terrible, horrible. Everything that could go wrong did go wrong. So Sunday morning, wake up. I noticed the main toilet upstairs, the one I don't use because I clog it, is flushing slowly. But it's like a video game. I'm getting like everything thrown at me at once. So, but I'm silently trying to move down to get the plunger back from the basement back upstairs
That's
to
tough.
take care of it.
Kids
So I don't say anything.
Yeah.
So I'm focused. So what happens? Someone takes a dump in it before I get to plunge it.
Yep.
Right. I come out. We're having a good laugh. This is horrible. Guess who sneaks in and also takes a dump in it? There's two family members' dumps, not mine. And then
Dude, they shit on the shit?
someone
Yeah,
shit
the-
on
The
the
only,
shit.
the only two that could do it, Pat, is my guess.
Yeah.
Did they,
Well,
not
someone-
did they not look down and see other shit in the toilet?
No, someone took a dump, an adult that didn't know it was clogged. Okay. That was a major complication for me.
Yeah.
And then someone who wouldn't know any better took a dump on top of that dump.
Right.
Your son can already dump in a toilet?
Yeah, and you got to praise him for it. So
Wow. Yeah.
Yep. Doing good.
we're talking about dogs in Houston messing up a car dealership.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's the news Pat's bringing.
Two adults shit on top of each other's shit?
Well,
It's been a day, bro.
Yeah, it's been a long day.
Oh, no.
Mark, what do you got? What's your news story today?
I don't know. Boeing trying to kill everyone with their MAX planes again.
Yeah, that's an important one. We need to get on top of that one. Yeah,
So if
good
you're
job.
flying and you're listening to this, hopefully you're not on a Boeing 737 MAX 9 or whatever version they're on. So they're all bad.
That's going to be a sweaty flight if you're going to listen during that. And also, I'm going to take us down to Alabama to break down what happened at that Bass Pro Shop.
Oh, yes.
Oh, that was recent, huh? You can never
Well, that
tell
was
with
over the
those.
Yeah, that was over the weekend. Yeah, no, Bass Pro Shop ponds have been just inundated with naked and criminal dudes recently in the Deep South, and we'll get into it. I
But
mean,
Will, I liked your story about the guy who confidently stole the fish.
fish, the tarpon. Yeah, that was recent.
This is significantly better.
It is. It ups the ante. It ups the ante on the
I got
Bass
a lot
Pro.
of questions because I just made it into my first Bass Pro Shop a week ago,
Oh, nice.
and so I'm excited. I got a lot of questions.
Don't worry, we'll answer them. You will see it all as a Alabama man, George Owen. He's got a show for us. Also, Pat, you had a bad weekend, but check this out. I saw a group of 8+ high school to college girls, no cart amongst them, all shopping in Costco last Friday, trying to find an item in the back of the store, the refrigerated area, and they couldn't find it for at least 20 minutes. So,
What were they really doing there, Will?
that's tough.
Yeah, they were. I mean,
I don't
they
know.
were trying to get someone to buy booze for them, right?
Maybe they're on the other side of the store though. It was just odd.
Giggling.
I mean, 8 girls all talking about where to find something, and they're just like,
Here's my thing
aimlessly
that
walking to the store.
I want to like put a sticker on you, Will, because here's what they don't know, but I know. You'll buy them beer. You might say right now that you won't, but like, how do we let them know? I know that you'd be safe about it, you'd be begrudgingly about it, but they'd get you 100%. Those girls would get you. I'm gonna.
Will doesn't want to be a hypocrite. He's got to pay it forward. For
100.
the newer
100.
teenagers.
I know. The one time I did it, I almost
they
got
don't
arrested.
have fake IDs. That's the easiest way.
That's true.
One more thing before we go into the news. I went to a bar this weekend with my passport because I don't have my license, and I'm 40. And the bouncer flipped through it for about a minute, went to the back, goes, "No stamps, huh? This thing's pretty new." Like I was like, "Bro, did you think I'm a 40-year-old man right here? I'm rolling in with a fake passport to drink at your bar?"
Can you imagine the balls on a 19-year-old that would roll in with a 40-year-old passport?
No, I mean clearly it was me.
That guy.
I mean, I'm 40 standing in front of him.
That's outside the box thinking right there.
Right.
Do you think I looked 40 so that I could not? Anyways, no, good point, Pat. He should have let you in. Hopefully he did. Also, the FAT-A-THON starts now. Get your initial weights in. Get your before photos. Patreon.com/hardfactor. You can join the lowest tier talk to get into the Discord server. Get your pre-weight in, submit it in that Discord server, and your before photo. Just save it for yourself for later by January 14th. That's next Sunday. Also, we have
you think you can handle that, you fat motherfucker?
Right. And plus we have Coach Doug's joining us. So
that's
an extra motivation coming into this FAT-A-THON.
And I think we agreed that teams will work. So we're gonna have teams, like each host is
trainers, we got teams
in charge of a team. I got trainers. Yeah, it's gonna be sweet.
If the right group approaches we might have teens.
It's true. With beer. Now through Easter is when that FAT-A-THON runs. Patreon.com/hardfactor. Also, brand new podcast launching on there this week called the Let's Go. Let's go.
It should be out Tuesday. Yeah, at some point Tuesday, right? Tomorrow. It should be today.
We're putting it out as soon as
brand new show.
Yeah.
But that is Tom Brady's podcast, Let's Go, right? So, but we're not gonna have an issue with that because it's a Patreon podcast, right? In terms of listing.
Fuck Tom Brady. It's behind a paywall. Ours is the Let's Go show as well. Fuck Tom Brady.
Let's go.
Show. Let's go.
I mean, let's go. you know?
Yeah. Hey, come sue
us. Have Pat. We have at least 5 extra O's on our go.
Exactly.
So I mean, you can really just set it by how many O's you have.
That's Tom Brady crying.
That is, yeah. Tom, what are you doing over here, man?
Yeah. Anyways.
I got someone down here that does not want to Let's Go, you know what I mean?
No, that's the only person in your house that apparently doesn't want to Let's Go, if you know what I mean.
Everyone wants to Let's Go on that toilet upstairs. Let's do the news.
You guys want to do the show, yeah.
You know who you're with? 3 Factor, yeah. And this is real news.
Hell yeah. So
I'll move them.
Who has the biggest story of the week? Will, do you want to go first? I feel like
no, Mark. I think you're doing the business that should go first, and you have the most important story.
Okay, I'll go first. So
yeah,
I'll go first. So we have another plane story for you. I realize that we do a lot of plane stories, and that a lot of listeners might be consuming this while on a plane or on the way to a plane. But when a Boeing Max 737 has a window and panel completely blow off in midair, like in a fucking movie, we're gonna have to cover it.
Yeah. Pat, did you see what happened to this 737 Max?
I heard. Okay, so I mean, I had flashbacks because we do so many news stories on the show. You start to forget what is true or not true, or what you covered or not. A lot of times, news repeats itself. But I know that they grounded the whole fleet 3 years ago or 2 years ago or some shit.
2019, yes, 2019.
Right. Then they put it back up because they claimed they fixed the issue, and now this.
Right. So I feel like the news story I saw was like a bunch of plants being like, honestly, air travel's the safest thing ever. Even like a fucking. Right, what, like they depressurized a cabin again?
Look safe to you? Does this look safe? Does that look safe? Does this look safe to you? Let's play the news clip of the people that were on the plane.
Up and the oxygen masks were hanging from the ceiling. And then I look to my left and there's this huge chunk,
midair,
part of the airplane just like missing. And the wind is just extremely loud. There's wind blowing everywhere.
It ripped the kid's shirt off. It was so strong, right?
Luckily, it ripped his head off.
We're at the end of the plane.
Wasn't the emergency door. So they just, what?
Oh, wow.
Okay, so there was no one seated there.
Luckily, no one was seated there. You got the idea. So luckily, no one was seated there. They were on a Alaskan Airlines flight 1282 from Portland to Oregon. And yes, they're taking off. And as they're like, going in air, the thing flies off, and now they're flying, and they're like, I don't think this is right. And luckily, like so luckily no one was sitting in that seat because they would have probably died. But no one died. Yeah.
So this is a boner for Alaska Air too, right? Because I feel like I read like all of their fleet is this plane. Like,
yes, that's why it's a boner for Alaska Air, because they went all in on the Boeing 737 MAX 9.
But a lot of people once they put the 730, to be fair, like didn't the 737 MAX kind of take over?
Well,
right, but I think it fits right in Alaska Air's wheelhouse.
So, well, I think the Boeing 737 MAX 7 was the one that had the death dive, which was a code that no matter what, you couldn't even do manual override. Once it was triggered, you were just flying directly straight into the center of hell.
That's the one.
Yeah, you were just dying.
So 800 MAX, 737 800 MAX. Yeah.
But that's my next question.
That was like the MAX 7. Now this is the MAX 9, and the vast majority of the Boeing. And again, we have a lot of aviation experts, so you can tell me the vast majority of the Boeing. The vast majority of the Boeing 737 MAX 9s used in the U.S. are operated by United Airlines and Alaska Airlines. So I don't know how many versions. It's like the iPhone, but they're not getting any better. It doesn't seem like.
Is it a computer issue or?
Did that look like a computer issue?
Bro. That's
I no, it doesn't.
Computer issue.
Hold on, it doesn't, Mark. Yes, to the layman,
popped off.
But everything is computerized today, and the last issue was computerized. So was it like the computer didn't lock the door, therefore it ripped off?
Ejects the door.
The computer's like, there's too much pressure or not enough pressure. We should shoot the window into space.
Dude, the most fucked up thing is Boeing isn't even like you can't apply the rules of capitalism, socialism, any ism to Boeing. Boeing stands on its goddamn own because they started getting such big contracts for so long and from the United States of America.
Yeah.
Right, where it's like those guys. If you were at Boeing, dog, they don't have to make anything that sells, and they're the richest company in the fucking country.
Here's an idea: use some of that money for QA testing.
Yep. No, they're just going to send it to the executive profits, executive like
pre-production.
The bonuses, right? That's what's important these days.
Yeah. So the what I didn't play is like some people are like it was like a flight from hell, and like it's just once again, who's designing these? Is it Boeing or is it Acme? Like that makes you wonder, like who's behind the design of these fucking death planes?
I mean, it's pretty bad that they're literally. Can you name more than 2 plane manufacturers? Boeing and Airbus. Can you name another?
Lockheed, Boeing, Airbus.
The Airbus and Boeing. I don't think you've ever been on a Lockheed commercial flight, though.
No, they do mostly.
Right.
Like
so there's 2, and one of them sucks. One of them sucks bad. That's the problem. Airbus is looking like the king right now.
By the Nazis originally is somehow better than Boeing, which that's a black eye for Boeing if you're getting beat out by the Nazi company.
Jack Severt, who's back in the chat after. He's back after a few episodes. He says, honestly, it's a management issue. Yeah, I would say there's a management issue at Boeing.
Like managing to keep the doors on the plane.
Yeah, it does look like the door.
Heads are falling off over there.
Jacks, right? Yeah, and so also Embraer, right? That's another. They seem to they make like smaller planes.
Man.
So I don't know. Yeah,
I mean, but that's my point is there's nothing you could do about it. That's my point.
It's terrifying, right?
You could design a better plane. I mean,
you can't.
I don't. When I say you, I don't mean Boeing.
Oh yeah, as a passenger, you're fucked.
As a passenger, you have to take the Boeings. Yeah,
if you take Alaska Air, you're probably on a Boeing. Although the FAA, as you mentioned earlier, did ground 1,700 flights or something like that. They basically grounded the whole fleet of MAX 9s. I don't know how long. They're like testing it now. I guess. Wait, it says 171 planes worldwide. So it's not that many.
But if you're Alaska Air, that's all your planes.
Right.
Well, I think there are more than that, but it's a lot of your planes. Yeah, there was thousands of flights canceled over the past 3 days and stuff. Like it's
the fact that it's an iteration of the same model that would death dive and had to be grounded, and now the fucking door just flies off mid-flight. And
could you imagine both happening at the same time? A death dive while the window shoots out.
So
you got to be kidding me.
Boeing at this point. Yeah, I mean,
Mark, what got grounded? What got grounded?
The Boeing 737 MAX 9s across the world. I guess Turkish
all grounded.
Air used 171 of them. I don't know if that's all of them.
65 of them are Alaska Airs.
Yeah.
Oof, that's rough for Alaska Air, dude.
This is I guess this is the larger version of the best-selling Boeing 737 MAX 8, the more popular one that might have that's the one that had the death.
It's all bad.
The 8 had the death plunge.
All bad news. But if you're that kid that got your shirt ripped off, are you now living are you going to get college for free, stuff like that?
Because you bring up a good point. So a kid that was sitting nearby had his shirt ripped off his body like I just ripped off my headphones, and shot into the earth. Like, just like, that's got to be scary. Hopefully he had a good physique, and too bad it wasn't a bunch of bikini models sitting there, huh?
Right, like in Tommy Boy.
Swedish volleyball team or something.
Rob Lowe ends up near the pneumatic message sending machine, but he's ripped. So that's great, dog.
Right, because if you're shy about your physique and you get your shirt ripped off, that's not too much fun.
Right, but if you've been working out, you're like, I've been waiting for this to happen. It's happening. This is what we've been training for.
Can you imagine like watching that people deboard the plane in the airport? They're getting off the gate and like their hair is all like standing up, and one guy's got his shirt off. Like, what the hell happened?
You know, I'm fine. I am fine. I do work out.
Yeah.
Actually,
thank you for noticing.
Didn't affect me at all. I didn't even move.
Oh, these?
Yeah.
I didn't even know they were out.
It was a quote refrigerator wide gap, and the kid's shirt was ripped off. And anyways. Yeah, that's pretty much what's going on with Boeing. They haven't gotten any better since 2019. It doesn't look like
insanity. This has got to be like. I mean, let me check their stock. I mean, it's got to just be like. How do you have any
stock? Doesn't matter, bro.
There's no other option, like you said. They have a monopoly. So what are you going to do? And aren't they like the ones designing all the space shit too to go to like
it didn't go
Mars
down
and the moon?
Right.
Yeah. Well, there's no other option. They're the ones designing the outer space shuttles too, so that should be safe.
Okay, it dropped 4.5% since the incident,
which is probably $1 trillion.
It seems low, right?
Right, they're gonna make that right back.
Well, no one died. It was just a shirt, Pat.
But who knows if that's like just a market trend or if that's from this. I mean, to Pat's point, the sole source contracts, the fact that they're just the only option. There should be memes of like that shirt, like that the Bag Raider song, where like the things like floating through space and stuff like that. That kid.
Let me tell you, I'm on their Wikipedia right now. This is you don't see this subsection of a Wikipedia very often, but you know when a company has a war profiteering subsection,
yeah,
some of
them
they make the big bucks.
Well, yeah, but Boeing, I mean, they make a lot of money that way by making military devices as well. But they're like the Johnson and Johnson of the skies, basically.
Yeah.
Like, it's
good point.
Instead of giving you cancer, you get sucked out of their plane.
Right, just high odds of death. Compared to other plane
Damn you, Boeing! Let's get sucked up. Anyways, look, they're trying to save money and they're skimping on quality. But if you want to save money as a small business and not skimp on quality, maybe check out ShipStation. A New Year's a great time to grow your business, but if you're stuck in the trenches of daily tasks like managing order fulfillment, you're not able to focus on what really matters, which is increasing sales. ShipStation can help increase your profitability by automating your workflow and keeping costs down with industry-leading discounts. No matter where you sell or how you ship, your business can grow with ShipStation. We here at Hard Factor use ShipStation all the time to save our small business money with shipping, and with the free trial and quick setup, how could you not love ShipStation? You can easily automate shipping tasks and manage orders in one simple dashboard. The order details page lets you quickly and easily update crucial order information and reduce errors. Effortless integration everywhere you sell online, including Amazon, Etsy, eBay, Shopify, and more. You can manage orders, print labels, compare rates, optimize every shipment, and automate delivery notifications. So you can do it from anywhere. It's awesome. It's the most affordable way to ship everything you sell online. Industry-leading discounted rates from USPS, UPS, DHL, and Global Post with discounts up to 89% off USPS and UPS rates. And look, I had to personally ship something that I couldn't do for my business with my wife recently, and the rates were absolutely maddening. So ShipStation, please.
Oh yeah,
over 130,000. Yeah,
tons.
Yeah, over 130,000 companies have grown their e-commerce business with ShipStation, and 98% of companies that stick with ShipStation for a year become customers for life. Make this year your most profitable one yet with ShipStation. Use promo code HARDFACTOR today at ShipStation.com to sign up for your free 30-day trial. Woo! That's ShipStation.com, promo code HARDFACTOR. The link will be in our show description. Get a 30-day trial at https://www.shipstation.com/hardfactor.
Let's go.
Thank you, ShipStation.
You want to know how I know Mark's old? But also pays attention to tech. He just dropped a HTTPS on the front of his URL.
Yeah, I mean,
you don't like that safety?
I know. I like the S. I like that there's a secure socket layer. That's how I know that you pay attention. But the old
you like getting wet, Pat. You like
flying. I love to get wet, bro. I
Boeing Max 9s, bro.
I love to click on a website and say it says it's not secure. Do you want to continue? I say, yeah, I'll take my chances.
Oh, it's so insecure.
Yeah, you gotta take your chances with. But I mean, ShipStation's secure and saves you money, so you know they're gonna be with the S. I'm gonna go ahead,
Wasn't
Pat.
about
That's
the
all
S.
right.
I know.
Yeah, please.
But I cut off your joke and made fun of you. You're like,
That's turned it around. Turned it around.
Yeah.
All right, fellas, let's take it down to Leeds, Alabama, just outside Birmingham for this next one, where we have another attack on a Bass Pro Shop pond, as we talked about at the top, this time with a completely nude man. But it's an interesting case because while he was completely nude, I'm not sure if he was breaking any laws during a lot of the portions of his nudity.
Come on, Will.
Um,
He's breaking right off the bat. He's breaking laws, being nude.
Mark, I'm going to be fair to this guy. The visibility is something that it has something to play in this.
I see.
Setting the scene, 42-year-old Alabama man George Owens. Here's his mugshot. You can see he crashed his car into the Bass Pro parking lot last Thursday night after, quote unquote, intentionally striking a pole, according to Leeds Police Chief Paul Irwin. So George, he comes in hot, hits a pole in the Bass Pro parking lot. And instead of fleeing the scene, as you'd think somebody who's obviously hammered and hitting poles in the parking lot would do, George decided, no, I'm going to go shopping at Bass Pro instead, going to head inside the store. So he walks on in. And now, as you can tell from the mugshot, he faces several charges, including public lewdness, disorderly conduct, and criminal mischief. And that's because after he walked into the Bass Pro, after hitting the pole in the parking lot, he stripped down nude completely and did a cannonball into the Bass Pro Shop fish pond. Okay. And the cops weren't there yet, but he did it again directly in front of the cops. And George was actually in the water for about 5 minutes before the officers arrived. But luckily, the other customers in the store were filming it all for us. Here is the extended cut, which is hard to say about this video, but it was tweeted out first by Al at Hard Factor News on Twitter. So here's the full scene, and then we'll get into it. We'll look at other angles and see what George was up to.
Do you think?
See, cannonballed in.
Yeah, I got that. He did a cannonball.
Is he working yet? Show? No, the cops are already on him.
Cops coming up to the side. He's doing cannonballs. Just enjoying himself. Talks to the cops. He says, fuck you, I believe.
Oh my God.
Jumps right
He
back
goes
in. Dives
back
right in. Yeah.
Full form dive. He did a full form. I mean, an attempted
Well,
full form dive.
Would you rather go to the cops or dive back in the beautiful pool?
And now, see, this is what I'm talking about. He's flashing the audience, but you cannot see a fucking thing.
Might be cold water.
He's
Sure.
lounging against like the plexiglass wall. He's hanging onto it like it's a pool wall. He's at a Club Med resort, and his wife's saying, "Hey, honey, you want a drink?"
Yeah.
Oh my God! Did it break?
He falls over
No,
the
he
glass
jumped
at the
over it,
top
Pat.
of the pond. Pretty
I
sure
thought
they
he broke
pasted-
too, but he jumped over it.
That's a 240-pound man naked on the cold, wet floor of a Bass Pro
This is by far the best part. Look at this. Watch this. They're trying to cuff him, but he has a couple advantages. One, he's wet,
Yeah,
and there's
I
a
figured
big
he
puddle
was
of
on
water
that.
here. So
He's
he's like a
passed
fish.
out. So he got tased in the water. So that had to fucking hurt, right? Because water is an electricity conductor.
Yeah,
Well, he's wet. He ought to be able to slide across the floor pretty good.
you gotta be able to slap. Watch this. Watch them try to get
Face
this guy.
down. And they just slide his ass
It
across
does
the floor.
not really matter at this point.
His
You know, I'm going
family's
to go
here.
ahead and take this down because, or
Well,
I'll
watch,
just put
no,
it
watch
on
him
mute.
flop around for a second. This is the funniest part by far. This is my favorite part. So he's in a
Like up.
look. Watch. He's in a puddle of water, so they can't
wakes
get him up.
That's awesome.
They got to get him out of the puddle of water. They can't.
He's flopping like a fish.
He's a fish out of water.
Well, they graded the concrete for spillage, so it's not like a flat.
Look.
Oh, okay. You could maybe.
They're dragging him.
You could
Yeah,
They're dragging him like he's a mop.
You have to
right
drag
before
him.
they dragged him.
Get him out. They have to get him out of the water so they can lift him. Oh god.
And they drag him out of the shop. Okay.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. So here we go. So that's the extended cut. So George Owens, as you saw, he just took a leisurely swim, did a couple cannonballs, told the cops to fuck off, and was jumping in. But you couldn't see. I mean, could you guys see his package? I couldn't see it.
No way.
I mean, I don't know that you could have, unless he was like really slanging something impressive, you wouldn't be able to see his package because whoever was shooting that, God bless their accent, they were on probably a Motorola Chocolate or an Android something, older generation phone is my guess.
Sure.
Right, they're pretty far away.
Pat,
Yeah.
hey Pat,
But Pat,
other
the thing is,
patrons,
you couldn't even see any discoloration like pubes or anything.
well, you could see his pubes. You
Barely.
couldn't see what was under there. Anyways, other patrons got a better angle of George's front side from the front of the pond here from a closer angle. And many on the internet are wondering from far at first when the video came out if he even has a penis at all, since it's not visible. Here it is. Look at it.
Oh,
Where is it?
there's the one shot where he spreads his legs.
Where is it?
Oh man,
It's cold water, man.
poor dude. He's a big boy too.
Yeah, he's
He's
240
big.
something. They said he's 240, but they're being generous
Yeah. So at no angle during
because
this
he's got no
entire-
crotch. He would be 246, but
Do you think that he hit the pole
Pounds.
and then realized like, okay, I'm in it. Now it's time. I'm gonna let everyone know. I'm not gonna be just sitting with this nothing in my pants as a secret. I gotta get it out in the open so it stops bothering me.
I think George doesn't care. George is
think
kind
it's
he's like, I'm a grower,
self-punishment?
not a shower. I don't care.
I think it was like just kind of like, let me just get it out there so you can't make fun of me.
I deserve to be punished for this. I'm gonna self-punish myself.
Wow, bro.
See, no angle you could see his penis at all from anything that was like further than 5 feet away. But taking it to the internet at Art But Sports on Twitter points out with the arrest photo that George just goes by the Greek hero on an American diet aesthetic for his life. As he posted him next to the statue of Hercules by Glycon from Athens in the 3rd century AD. And it's strikingly similar, the package to body ratio.
That's the
on
same
George
photo, Will.
Owens. Yeah.
Those are two of the
and-
same photos.
And Hercules.
Oh man.
That's blurred out, fellas.
And this was a Bass Pro Shops, not a Cabela's, right? Because I know that they're the same company now. Okay.
Yeah, it's a Bass Pro.
Huh.
Wow. Yeah.
So,
I mean, no harm, no foul. If you had a huge one, that would be get him out of here, arrest him. But
shouldn't it be
that's-
less of a crime?
Yes, definitely should be less of a crime. 100%.
Do you think?
It's way less offensive.
I get the sense also that this guy was operating completely outside of the knowledge or the of like, you know, the somewhat viral videos from a couple years ago of guys jumping in the pool and not totally naked and you know, high on whatever for a social media gag, right? Like he has no idea about those videos, right? I feel like this is a totally original idea to this guy.
Pat, he just went with it.
He went with it, right?
George is just an Alabama
Not
man
planned.
living his life. Jack Severt, back in the live comments, points out LSD and shrooms cause shrinkage too, which definitely drugs could be at play here. Yeah, something to think about.
Look at this. If it's huge, look at the size of that thing. Someone shoot him.
I went into a Cabela's in Louisville, Kentucky.
Oh,
And you know, they got all like the stuffed animals in there, right? Like, you know, like taxidermied animals. And I'm looking around. It's a great place to take your kid, by the way, if you're on a road trip. Like you could fucking kill an hour in Cabela's. But I'm looking up and I'm like, is that it's a polar bear. It's like, does every Cabela's have a stuffed dead polar bear?
Yeah, Shields too. You go into a Shields, they have every single mammal from North America stuffed.
I thought about it. I might do this if I have the time, but I'm going to make a little plaque that says "died of natural causes" and go into the Cabela's and put it underneath the polar bear.
That's not going to sit right with those hunters.
No, it wouldn't. It wouldn't. It wouldn't.
Yeah.
No,
I know-
it might
I know
cause
it
them some mental anguish, Pat. And it's no secret that here in America and all over the world, there's a mental health crisis going on. I mean, people are just jumping into Bass Pro ponds completely new. We talk about it constantly on this show. We deal with it all in our own way, including therapy and other healthy or not healthy habits, depending on who you are. But if you're in search of a new method, then guided ketamine therapy from Mindbloom could be a game changer. Mindbloom can help you feel better, faster. Mindbloom is the leader in ketamine therapy, having it helped tens of thousands of people overcome their anxiety and depression. Mindbloom's expert clinicians and guides can help you feel better in days, not weeks, and you can complete treatment entirely from the comfort of home. In a study of over 1,000 Mindbloom clients, 89% reported improvements in their anxiety and depression after only 4 sessions. Now, Mindbloom has new programs that go beyond depression and anxiety to help you overcome challenges in everyday life. Right now, Mindbloom is offering our listeners $100 off on your first 6-session program when you sign up at mindbloom.com/hardfactor and use promo code hardfactor. Break free from your anxiety and depression and feel better faster with Mindbloom. That's mindbloom.com/hardfactor and use promo code hardfactor.
I think we're going to do it next week or the week after. So, Rock, we're going to start the cycle. You want to ride with me?
Yes.
You want to ride with me?
Yes.
All right, guys, real quick before we get into this awesome story, I got to play this clip just real quick because it's just the absolute best, and I have a lot of questions.
Yeah.
I'm sure you I watched the entire Katt Williams interview on Shannon Sharp's podcast, and I wish that I could watch it with a clinical psychologist, but I can't. So this is the one piece I chose.
We go outside right now, I can run a 4.340 or sub. I can do a 4.16.
What?
He's drinking whiskey.
Cognac, and he had 1 sip. I looked it up just for reference. Usain Bolt's 40 time, which he did as a gag at the Super Bowl, was a 4.22. Katt Williams said that he used to be able to run a 4.16 and could currently run a 4.3.
Not true at all.
Absolutely not true.
People didn't used to go when Katt Williams was in high school and like back in those days, people didn't go sub 4.4. That was a thing. And so when people started going 4.3, 4.2 in football, that was shocking because nobody was going below.
Well, I looked it up, Will. They still don't.
4.16 would be the fastest 40 time in the history of the NFL.
The only guys,
the fastest, right?
The only 40 guys that are sub 4.340 are the track star guys that come in. Like Tyreek Hill, I think is like
2.5.
Yeah, I know he's 4.3. I think it's nuts. Yeah. Anyway, take
Chris
that
Johnson,
with a grain of salt.
Awesome running back of the Titans, the 2K, CK2K, CJ2K. Chris Johnson ran a 4.24. John Ross, number 1, 4.22.
Right.
That's no chance.
And really, Chris Johnson's been the only super fast player that's been good.
Yeah,
it's been good. Hey, Pat, no, Katt Williams. So what else did he do? Because he's like, people are saying he's going nuts, right? Like,
I played that specifically because I think that was the most indicative part of the interview that puts everything else he said in context.
He called out like every famous black comedian and talked shit about him, and it was an interesting interview. He had some funny points, and they all responded. He called out Joe Rogan as well, but everyone responded to him, which made it so much bigger because instead of ignoring him, they were like, no, I didn't, no, and it looks like they're either guilty or at least acknowledging.
Part of me thinks that these guys are everyone he talked about is such a deep entertainer, has been in the business such a long time, and they're all pre-internet guys. That theoretically, Katt Williams may have texted him all and be like, "I'm gonna stir some shit up on the internet."
It's the number one watched podcast of all time now. It's got 200 million views on YouTube.
Right? He told his buddies like, "Hey, pump this shit. I'm gonna say some shit." Yeah.
Who knows? I don't know. I doubt it, but who knows?
30 seconds before you do your show. Idiot of the Week, new segment. This is Jose Nunez Romanes of New Mexico. He found $135,000 in cash on the street. It was left by a Wells Fargo employee, subcontractor that was supposed to refill ATMs. So this was money that was from a federally secured bank. It wasn't drug people money, and he returned it to the authorities and got a $500 gift card and tickets to the Los Lobos, New Mexico football games next season.
That's fucked up, man.
What an idiot. Give him
at least $1,000 for that. That's insane.
It was totally free money that no one would have missed, and he returned it.
The gift card is really the messed up part. And you got to spend that specifically where we tell you. All right, guys, real quick. Let's go down to Houston. I have so many questions. I'm just going to play the news clip, but something really weird happened in Houston. Some dogs were on the loose.
Held by this interaction, but Dasher here can rip a car bumper clean off with his teeth.
You see how they're using the full power.
That's surveillance video of Dasher and his buddy on G Motors' lot destroying a Toyota Corolla. Finance manager Imran Haq says between November and December, the dogs caused more than $350,000 worth of property damage.
Especially the brown dog was really
racist,
more aggressive kind of nature that dog had. The black one was kind of follower.
After the first incident, Haq and sales manager Gabby Fakori contacted the city's animal control, also known as BARK. Using BARK's cages, they trapped Dasher about a month ago. The black dog took a little longer to capture, but here he is being
He was
wheeled
on the
away.
lam.
Both are in BARC's custody.
We are now going to start over a new year, 2024, with no fear of dogs.
Fakori says the dogs
Yeah,
were
right.
scaring off customers and
right,
employees.
I just
It's
want all
terrified
my
of dog.
customer to know that everything is taken care of, and
They're dead.
We feel for these dogs, to be honest, but they're good now in good hands. So
Wes
we don't
has
have
to
to
buy a
worry
car
about them
here.
right now. They can be adopted or whatever the situation they can do.
A BARC spokesperson
You're the-
says Dasher was cleared by medical staff and
Dasher's
showed no
good-looking
signs of
paw.
aggression towards people,
Little bit.
so he's adoptable. His co-conspirator is safe, but still being evaluated and waiting on a name. Fakori wishes them the best and is chalking this up to, well, just a bizarre life lesson in problem solving.
We never seen something like this, attacking cars and causing damage. But things happen, and there's always a solution for everything.
All right, so this is an insurance con, right? I mean, what the fuck else could this be? So two dogs, the brown dog he was talking about, the leader.
How long were they in the fucking dealership for?
No,
A month?
multiple times for a month.
For months.
Months, 3 months. It's that.
I want you to imagine something.
They lined the bumpers with like bacon
Watch
grease.
them do it for 3 months.
So, for most of you guys listening, not watching, you can imagine what type of dealership G Motors is. All right, guys. They're a small dealership that has a Corolla, but it's only because some dumbass traded it in to buy a fucking Audi. Right? It's a small dealership run by two
Old
guys.
BMW, yeah.
100%. Yeah. Okay. You got
Everything
cameras.
is on the up and up here.
Yeah, right. Okay, so they got cameras, right? You roll in. You're like, what the fuck happened to the lot? And you look at the cameras and you see. Well, it was awesome, by the way. The pit bull is just ripping that bumper off, and his buddy, the black dog, is on the hood of the car, being like, "Do it, motherfucker!" And he's playing lookout. All right, that happens. It happens again. And this is a stand your ground state, by the way. In Texas, you can legally shoot those dogs dead. This happened how many times? Over a month?
Yeah.
The first time.
All winter, basically said, yeah.
Right. It's a fucking insurance con. It has to be,
Obviously.
right?
Unless Dasher got like he had a home and then the person drove him in his favorite car and like left him in the woods and he hates cars now.
Well, I thought he maybe hates Corollas. He's like,
Well,
fuck
it
this
was,
car.
it was a
bro.
Corolla that he got left.
To Pat's point, they might be training Dashers and unleashing them in the middle of the night. So, Pat, how much money per car are they getting on each of these that they report they can't sell from insurance? You know what I mean,
Dude, a fuck ton, Willie. So,
More
like,
than
to
the
give
sale
you
money?
to give you an idea, if you
It
go
was
to the
unavoidable. The dogs. No one could stop 45-pound Dasher.
Dude, I know. Like, there's a guy cruising
It's a little dog.
car lots in this country. Be like, hey,
It's a small
I got a specially trained dog, and it goes right for the bumper, locks on.
Oh no, there was 17 peacocks in the Toyota
Right.
dealership.
Hey, how's business? I'll give you an idea. So if you go to the manager specials on their website, the first thing you see is, well, that Toyota Corolla. But right below that is a Jeep Gladiator Apocalypse for 145 grand, followed by Chevy Cruze, followed by a Chrysler, followed by an Audi A5 for 16. Hyundai.
Sure.
It's that type of car dealership. It's just there's no rhyme or reason to it. It's, can we make a book on the car?
Dasher went after all cars that hadn't been sold in like over
100 fucking
Yeah,
percent, bro.
all the cars that weren't selling. Dasher
Somehow he
destroyed.
got into the bad inventory lot and he just destroyed all of them. And we
Yes,
watched
Allstate, it happened again.
Come on. Yeah, that dog's tiny and cute.
I mean, if you've ever run a small business, you're gonna be sitting there, be like, "No, we're not even mad. We feel for the dogs." Okay, no, man. If you run a fucking small business, this is a nightmare.
you'd be trapping those dogs. Yeah,
Yeah.
like you would.
I would want the dogs dead if I ran that business, and they're so calm about it. That was definitely a scam.
If you drive by go fuck with a car dealership, a small car dealership run by guys like that. Go, you good chance you're dead. If not the day that you fuck with it, the next day. And these
could've
two
been-
fucking
now,
canines.
Pat, it could have been a combo. Could have been that Dasher just came about and they saw it as an opportunity. Like, hey, we don't need to fix this too quick because we're gonna be cashing
Yeah.
checks as long as he's ripping up these cars.
Wait a minute, that car wasn't selling.
Yeah, like the fucking the adjuster comes in and sees right before close, fucking the dude's just rubbing Alpo all over the bumpers of the
Yeah,
shitty
that's what I'm
car.
saying. They rubbed it with like bacon grease and shit. All right.
Anyway, that's the show. Fuck the NFL season. Get out there
We're back next year.
We'll get him next year.
and have a great fucking day.